So welcome to Bunny's Designs. This is a live show with live peoples. And I've been trying to think about getting more organised. Especially a bit more with the YouTube. So this is a live show recorded for Ustream and also for YouTube for people to watch at their leisure. And thank you to all my subscribers in YouTube land. And I'm going to try and get more information on my YouTube site so that I can link up all my social media. In fact, it's on my to-do list because I've just written it in. It's on my March bullet journal task. Very scruffy writing, but I need to link up things and get a bit more organised. So on my March diary, this is my bullet journal, but it's a desk diary. It's a filofax, and I quite like the size, but it's too big to be carting around really. So this has got to have my my diary of where I am, basically where I've got to be. And then I want to use the bullet journal section to kind of put tasks down that I need to do, and then break down videos and be a bit more organised. Instead of just turning the camera on and just picking something up and colouring it, I need to have a bit more structure because I'm forgetting some books. So I've decided what I was going to do, and I did it for Animorphia. I've actually inserted some old filofax planner project sheets that I've had. I do not want to put a start date and a completion date because that's for me too stressful. I just want the idea down, and I thought I might as well use this particular paper, then I can go back to the lovely plain paper. So I've actually inserted it, so it's a bit shorter, but it doesn't bother me because once this is done, it will be moved. It probably will be moved so that all the books are together. So I'll probably have another index where I've got Animorphia and Imagimorphia. So again, I've got 15, so I can put 16. Sorry, I can't use the thumb. 16 and 17. And again, my colouring's changed because of my disability. It's getting worse. So I can pop that in there. So that would make, and we'll shut that. Oops. Right, so what we have there is we have 16 and 17. I've put it in the wrong place. Oh no, I've done it wrong again. That's 15. So we've got 15, we've got 16. I can't count, sorry, 16. This would be 17. It's only my scribble. You see, I normally do it in pencil because I make so many mistakes. And this will be 18. So on my little yellow tab that I've made it easy for myself, I can go to here. And we've got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. And that really should be down the edge where it's neat and tidy, but it's not. I'm a scruffy girl when I do that. So number 17 is going to be Imagimorphia. Colour book. Project. So what I'm doing is, and again, I'm not wasting these pages. These are going to be other things, and that's what I love about bullet journaling. I can put here Animorphia. Sorry, I've done Animorphia. Imagimorphia. I say I don't want to put a start date and a thingy date because it's not going to bother me. Oh, thank you, Karen. Thank you. What I want to do, you could put a start date. You know, if you bought the book and then you finish the book, then I suppose that's okay. But sometimes that for me is a bit like, oh well, I've had this book since 2 years ago and I haven't done anything in it. So I don't know if I want to put that kind of pressure on myself. Having said that, if it's your first book, you might think, well, actually, that's quite good to look at because, in 2016, my books look like this, but in 2017, my books have evolved into something else. So you can see how you get better and how you change your supplies and how you do things. So there's, if it works for you, put the date. It doesn't work for me. It's too much pressure. And obviously, I've been in this Animorphia. I bought it last year. I'm not going to particularly bother with the first pages. There's a swan picture there. So what I'm going to do is go through it. I've actually started this yesterday on my UG digital. So it probably will be finished in digital first. So actually I could write that down. That would be good. I'd forgotten about digital. So I might just put digital there. So I scanned it in and then I brought it up on my digital, and I'll show you a photograph in a second. And that's Tutankhamun. So I call him Tut. And then we have a little box at the end. So I shall I'll try and be a little bit neater because I'm getting into being a really untidy monster. So we can have a little tick box there. Oopsie, sorry. We can have a little tick box. Now you can have started and finished, or you can have to do. It's up to you. I'm just going to leave it as that's not finished. If it's written in here, I've started it. So I know I've started it. So we have Tut, who's digital. We have the panda. So we've got the panda. Oops, I've got to remember not to use my thumb. Panda. And that's in watercolour. Oh, I'm going to put it here, actually, digital. And it's in digital markers. Blendable markers, actually. So it's important I put that. I'll just put that there. I didn't realise that. I'm working in wet digital markers on my digital thingy. This is just watercolour, and I think they're Winsor and Newton. And then the next one is going to be the pineapples. So we've got pineapple. Now you could label these pages in pencil if you wanted, but I've got pineapple in Derwent watercolour. Pencil, which is done. I've got pineapple, Inktense, Derwent Inktense, pencils, which is done. I have the spider pages, which isn't complete. I have the balloon page. Now you can actually do this as you want, but this is how I want to kind of be a little bit more structured. We've got the bug, a bug page. I just put bug, and that's not finished, and that's in metallics, metallic pencils. And you see what I mean about neglecting Animorphia because it wasn't there. We have the bunny page. I should call it rabbit. It's hair actually, but I'm going to call it bunny page. Bunny, and that's finished. And that was in Winsor and Newton watercolour. I don't think we've got anything else in there. Nope. And then we've got Are they jellyfish? I think they're jellyfish. Jellyfish, and they're in Hydrus watercolour, and that's not done. So this is going to, at a glance, I don't have to get the book out. I can have a quick look at this and think, actually, I need to work in this particular book. These aren't quite finished. These are in Derwent pencils. So we've got birds and a clock. I just put clock page. And they're not finished. And it's a double page, so I know they're not finished. There's shell. They're not finished, and I think that one's in Graphitint. Derwent Graphitint. Now this is very scruffy writing, and I apologise in advance. What do we have next? I think we have the fox next. So we have the fox, and the fox isn't quite finished. There's just one or two little bits that I need to do. So we have the fox, and that's not finished. So actually that needs to be up there because it's not finished. Not sure about the horse. I wanted to keep it a white horse, but anyway, we'll put white horse. I just caught it with a little bit of colour. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that one. White horse, and that one is finished, and that was in is it Winsor Newton? Cotman? No, it was Cotman. Cotman watercolour, and I'll put in brackets 3 because it was done with just 3 colours. Was that cerulean blue, alizarin crimson, and lemon yellow? So that's that little colour book done. So if we actually have a flick to, I have got 1 page done in Animorphia and 2 pages started, and I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I have 13 pages started and 5 finished in Imagimorphia, and I bought Animorphia first, so I've clearly neglected the first one. Now when March is finished and April's finished, and when I get to the end of this particular section of diaries and all the tasks done, I will take these out, because this is information that I want to keep for a long time, because it's going to take me a good couple of years to get through all the colour books. If I do them a page at each time, at least a year, so I want to keep this information. So maybe I should have actually put them, I may actually decide not to do this. I've just had a thought, because I'm making this up as I go along, so you have to bear with me. So what I'm going to do is take these 2 projects, now I can do 2 things. I can actually put them in here like I did with the pastels. Yes, I think I'm going to put them back. I'm not going to put them in my bullet journal bit. I'll put them in here now. I can take them out. I can white them out. I've got some white. I can white them out, because this is going to evolve. Or rather, this is going to pass, rather, and this is going to evolve. So this is what I had. I've even got another section, so that's going to last a lot longer than the bullet journal. So I'm going to put this into projects. there's pastels and colour books. Yep, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to leave the pastels at the front. These are the ones that I have got and the ones that I haven't. And I'm going to put the other projects behind. But what I will do is put a sticky colour, one of these stickies, and I can actually label it colour book. Sometimes you have ideas and then you change as you actually thinking about it. So I've got projects here, so I think I'm going to put that I could actually use, because I don't use that thing, do we? I could put that here. Instead of projects, I think I could put that colour books, because it will mean more to me. So I know if I go to here, and I think I will take that one out, and I think I'm going to put this one here, because I know that's a telephone. I'm not stupid. Don't have any numbers in it because I don't use it, but I think somebody said that once they lost their phone you wouldn't have anybody's number, so I think I might start to fill that in as well. So I'm going to fill that in with telephone numbers and addresses, because I don't write to anybody, I don't send cards, I don't do anything, so I might start to do that. But this telephone ad one, I'm going to put a sticky, and because it's green I'm going to leave it as green, and I'm going to put art supplies, and so that's going to tell me about my pastels and what I've got and what I haven't got. So I've got colour books. I must have one missing actually, so I don't know what's... Oh, I used it here, haven't I? Yeah, for notes. But I don't need that for notes, so I'm going to take that out because I know what that is. So we'll pop that one back in here. So that's weekly. So they're all weekly things here. So I'm going to put this one... Oh, it doesn't go there, does it? It goes kind of next, just so they're all in order. Yeah, it's just so you can pick them up easily. So I'm going to put that one at the back of there. And I don't know what I'm going to use that one for. That's colour books. Just move that over slightly. The beauty of this is you can play about until you get it, what works for you, because that's the best. I've got my art supplies there. I would put some notes back probably. I think I'll put the filofax ones back. I might put the coloured ones back, the nice pretty filofax coloured ones back. In fact, I'm actually going to put... I've decided I'm going to put all these back because this is nice filofax paper. Oopsie, apart from that one. Just destroyed that one. As I say, sometimes you're doing something and then you've got to kind of rethink it and so all this really nice paper wants to come out, and in notes I shall have the nice filofax paper, if I can get that in properly. And then I'm going to use a cheaper, I think I've got a cheaper A5 regular kind of like this one. This is filofax paper, but I have a cheaper one, so that will go here. And it's on a pad as well, so that's given me, I don't know why that's not sticking out. They're not filofax, are they? But it doesn't matter, I know where things are. I can swap can swap those out, it's fine. Put that at the back. Yep. There's always a thing to change. So that one will become notes. Because those are slightly bigger. They're too big. So that would become notes, which is fine. I'm only swapping out one, it's fine. I'm not going to get obsessed about it having a different name on it. That one will become projects, art supplies. And this one will become notes. And then that will organise the back. So again, I can go straight to what I want to do. And if I write notes here, that's got to fit there. Not very neat today. So at the back I've got colour books, I've got art supplies, and I've got notes. I've got my weeklies, and that should be on today, which is the Filofax original little ruler, which I should be using. So I can have a quick look of this week. I can fill this in and think that on a Monday at some point I need to do Anamorphia Charlie, finish him off, which I've written down. And again, I'm not really looking at the times, it's just roughly what I want to do. That's the weekly one. I'm not sure I would start with the monthly one. Not sure I need. You see, I started the January one and I didn't use it, so it's not working for me at the moment. Now, whether that will change, I don't know. So on a Thursday I could possibly write. So if we scrub that out, I say I'm terribly untidy, so we'll put March. And this was the first week, which is obviously gone, but we can put it in and then we can see if I use it, and if I don't use it I can just scribble something else in it. So let me have a look for March. What I might do is put a blue one here and put March. There's the only things I do, because that means I know where March is. So I can flick to the yellow one for the page index, and I can flick that one for March, because it happens to be on page 6, but it can be on any page. Oh, hi Judy, welcome to Bunny's Designs. So it's a bit scruffy and it's written in pen, which it normally would be written in pencil, but so I've now got March there, so a bit further on I'll have April. So you probably get 3 months, and then I'll just get rid of them, throw them out, because don't need them. Don't need to keep what I did. Really don't do that. I know people have got diaries from years back. I'm very upset that I haven't, but I just don't do it. So I've got some to-dos here. I don't really kind of use to-dos and meetings planning, and I just kept these. I might start using them, but I like my plain bullet journaling. I like plain paper because I don't waste it. So I've got a monthly task. So again, what we could do is, this is my month. So I did have a rather large, heavy bookmark that I didn't know what to do. So if I put that there, I know I need a paper clip. I think I just need a paper clip, and I'm pretty sure I don't have any little paper clips. But we'll just do that just for the now, because I like to be. I can't flick pages too often. So again, I suppose I could have another march there. Yeah, this is a bit too heavy for me. Is that? It's only the first month, so perhaps I may leave that. We'll have a think. But what I want to do is to look at March and say that Wednesday was the first, so that would be the first, the second, the third. No, that's not right. Wednesday was the first. Saturday, Sunday, 3rd, 4th, 5th. That would be the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11, 12. So Monday will be the 13th. So this is rather simple, but it happens to be here, so I'll use it. So Monday is again the 20th. Now, you can be a lot neater than I am, but Monday is the 27th. '31st. Oh, I don't know why I've done that. 29th, 30. Sorry, 30. 31st is the Friday, and then we've got 1 and 2. I don't know why I've got 2 on Wednesday. Completely for. I think that confused me the first time I saw it. So completely. I don't know why they have 2 boxes there. Oh, hi Kingo, welcome to Bunny's Designs. Hope everybody's well. Oh, I'm glad you're better, Suzanne. Welcome to my live stream today on Monday. This is a live stream recorded for ustream.tv and for YouTube for people to watch at their leisure. And welcome, thank you for watching all my YouTube subscribers. If you have any comments, if you like the videos, please like and subscribe and pass any comments on anything else you'd like to see more of. That would be wonderful, and I have a general idea of what people like and what people want to see. So I'm trying to get a bit more organised. So I've got my tiny pocket Holborn Filofax that I'm using as my wallet, which is really squidgy. And I make my own inserts for that, and there's a video about that, of how I use it, bullet journal, and how easy it is. So that's for my little notes and for everyday scribble. I then have my beautiful midori, which I love. Absolutely adore this one. And I've got my bullet journaling in here, and I'm going to change it because I had 3 different books, one for sketches and ideas and doodles, and one for bullet journaling, and then just one for general ideas. That's going to change. It's just going to have a bullet journal in it because I can't sketch, so there's no point having anything like that. I might just have 2 in there because 2 is easy. You have your middle flap and you have a rubber band. 2 is quite good. 1's a bit difficult to keep in. 1 will be for ideas and 1 will be just a proper bullet journal. But then my desk diary, I need to go into a bit more detail. So I've combined this Swarovski leather A5 with my Filofax original line paper, and I've come up with I've got some little sticky notes. Now I've got lots of beautiful stickers, but I don't use them, so I've got just plain sticky notes, tab labels I should say. And in my Filofax I have some little tiny ones, and I have some beautiful stickers, but I've never used them. So I've got some bigger tags in there, and then some little tiny yellow flags if I want to write anything in particular. So this will be in my handbag that I carry around all the time. The Midori will be in my bag that I carry my bottle of water in, my colour book, a biscuit or something, pills, and anything else that I need with me. But the desk diary will probably stay in the house. It might be by the television, it might be by the bed, it might be on the desk, but it's just going to stay at home, this. It's going to have my bullet journal in it, mainly for my YouTube videos and my colour books. I'm neglecting the colour books, so I decided that I would try in the back. I have lots of other things going on, so we have a weekly task. Now, I don't use a weekly task thing. I love my bullet journal, which tells me where I am, what I'm doing, and where I need to be. So I've put March on a little tag. This is March. This is my diary. I'm at Selby Abbey. I'm at a model show. I've got dentists. I've got doctors. I've got hospital. Samantha's coming to tea. Somebody's coming to tea, or Samantha's away. Everything in there to do with the family, to do where I need to be, is here. But I needed a stream one, so that I've got this weekly set here. This is from this particular Swarovski, and I've rearranged it so that I've got a monthly task. So I can, not sure what I'm going to put into here, but I've just made this. But the weekly one, I want to show how I'm going to be, roughly what I'm going to be doing and streaming about this particular week. I've also started 3 other tabs. One's for notes, one's for art supplies, so you know what pens I've got missing, and I have a photograph of that on my phone, so every time I get different pens I can fill this up, because I'm a few short of my pastels. I have a colour book, so this is a new thing. This is to do with my streams and my videos, because I'm neglecting books. I have so many colour books, I'm neglecting them. So what I've decided to do is to get the colour book, and I'm writing down roughly what the page is. So this is called this Birds. It was done in Hydrus, Dr. Martin's Hydrus watercolours. So I've written Hydrus, Dr. Martin's Hydrus, and I've ticked it because it's finished. I have Charlie, which we started last week. He's not finished, and he's in Derwent pastel pencils. So I've got Charlie pastels, and there's no tick in the box because he's not done. I also started, I think, the panda, the stags. The stags aren't quite done. I've forgotten about them because they haven't got the clouds and the little birds coloured in. Now, I've got a funny feeling I thought I would leave these white. Just thinking about that, I think I decided to leave those white. So I think I'm going to put a tick next to the stag. And I didn't put a Derwent there. Oops. So I normally write in pencil because I'm terrible for making mistakes, so I can scrub things out. But I've written it in pen so everybody can see my lovely scruffy writing. Oh, it is. I found this somewhere or other, and then I found in a charity shop for Christmas, I found it in a box for £1 in its original box from Swarovski. And it's a leather pouch, and I said to my daughter, would you like it? And it's actually the size of a midori, so you could make a fake midori, but I've actually put it somewhere and I don't know where I've put it. This has got a little bit bashed, but it's really pretty, so I thought I would use this. I have lots of other filofaxes, some with really wide, I might actually have to do a filofax one soon, but I love bullet journaling and I love my midori. So, but this is kind of big enough to get lots of ideas in. So my colour books, I can look and think, well, that's Animorphia, and I actually put this into my bullet journal, but I've taken it out because I want all the colour books together, so I can flick here instead of having to move about between dates. So I've actually taken it out, so I've made a bit of a boo-boo of my original here, so I'm going to white out that my Imorphia books and my Animorphia, and I'm going to kind of rejiggle that. So when you look at Imagimorphia, the other thing I've done is in Imagimorphia this weekend, I don't think I started in a video, but I think it's not in a video, but I started it this weekend because I took my Digi Yuji with me. And come on, it's here somewhere. Again, I thought about actually putting pencil, numbering the pages in pencil so I knew where things were. That was another thing I thought about doing. But I've got the stags. Now I've actually decided that these are going to be coloured, so I've ticked that one off. But somewhere is Charlie's not finished, and I've just put kind of the birds, and I've put Hydrus. So I've put... Are we in Animorphia? Oh, that's Animorphia. Trust me. I wondered where it had gone. Right, so we have got the panda. But first of all, we've got the Tutankhamun. And I've started that on my digital Yuji because I've scanned it in. So I've put here digital markers because I'm working in digital blendable markers. I can actually work in blendable markers, very, very watered down blendable markers, but they're digital, which is wonderful because it means I can still play with markers. There's watercolours, oils, acrylics, everything you can imagine on my digital art, so on my software. So again, that's another thing I want to put in here. So although I haven't actually physically done it in the book, I've actually got him down as digital there. And he's not finished. The panda I started in watercolour. Again, remember I have these sticky tags at the top. So the panda's in watercolour, he's on there, but he's not finished. Then we have the pineapples, the Derwent pencils, and the Inktense pencils Derwent. They're both done, so they're ticked off. Then the next page is the spider. So I did this with masking fluid, but I never coloured the little things in, so I've got to go back and finish that. So this is telling me that that's now finished. There's a bug here. Oh, the balloon page is finished, so I've put balloon page and I've ticked it because it's done, and I haven't put that that's in Winsor & Newton. That's in Winsor & Newton Professional Watercolours. The bug is in metallic watercolour pencils, so I've put Derwent metallic watercolour pencils, and it's given me a rough indication. This is the bunny page that I call it, but the hair's really, but I call it the bunny page, and this was the first page I think I did in professional watercolours. So I've put bunny, Winsor & Newton watercolour, and I've ticked it because it's finished. I think I've got some jellyfish next. I've missed this one. There's another clock page. So this is, it isn't a clock page, and that's in pastel. It's a weather, no, it's not a weather thing. I can't think what it's called. A compass. That's it. So I've got compass. They're not going to be in order, but it's not what. A compass and flowers, and that's in Derwent. My writing's terrible. Pastel pencil, and it's not ticked because it's not finished. There's the jellyfish. That was the one that I was going to do next. So again, I want another page of things that I want to do next. So we have the clock pages there in Derwent pencils, they're not finished. Graphitint, they're not finished. And the fox. I think the fox, no, the fox isn't quite finished. I've just got one or two little tiny things to finish on the fox. So I need to write fox, and he's already in, and he's not finished. And the horse is at the back. That's in, and that's, I've put 3 colours in brackets. I've put Cotman watercolours with just 3 colours, because that's what I used. Oh, I love the colours for the Graphitint, but just at this moment I can't use anything. I just can't use anything at the moment. They're Derwent Graphitints. They're muted pencils. They're like pencils with colour. I can't think what else I did with the Graphitint. Gorgeous colours. Gorgeous colours. Just bear with me, there is a puppy beneath my feet, so I have to be a little bit careful how I twist round. Whoopsie. So let me have a think. Graphitint, let me have a look at the books. I just cannot think. Oh, I know what it was. It was Joanna's Christmas. Yeah, Joanna's Christmas. So again, I'm going to go in here. That's the Graphitint. They're soft, beautiful, muted colours. And you just scratch a little bit of colour and manipulate it. There is a video for this one. There's a video for this one. The Graphitint. It's called Graphitint, Derwent Graphitint. And I think I used it on something else as well. Can't remember now. So again, this one, I would put Bunny Page in Joanna Basford's Christmas, and I would put that I haven't touched it. And I think I'm actually going to change this. I think I've decided, because this has made me think, I need to list. So that's actually, I can rewrite that because it's very scruffy. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to list in pencil what I call each page, not probably with the first bit and that bit, but the first real page. So this would be the stag and bauble page. I'm going to label it, I'm going to number it with pencil, bottom corner. So page 1 will be stag's head with baubles, page 1. I think I used Hydrus, maybe Hydrus or maybe Inktense. There's a video, so I'll have to look back. Then I do page 2 would be the robin in watercolours. Page 3 would be Hydrus. Page 4 would be Hydrus. And then I'd say page 5 is to do. So there would be no tick box. It would be to do. Because then that would, when I look at my page for Joanna's Christmas, I will see that I've got 1 or 2 pages to finish, and that's my problem. I'm not going back. Now I did say I wanted to finish this one, so again on my weekly page there should be somewhere an hour dedicated to a Christmas page, and that's going to make me go into each book and have a constant flow of different pages. So if I say on a Tuesday I'm going to be working in the Joanna Christmas book, you might think, oh no, Christmas, not doing that, and my books are away till next year. Or you might think, oh brilliant, I got it for Christmas and nobody's doing a Christmas book. And I did want to finish it in February, but I haven't. So that really needs to be worked through, because when people come October time, when they start looking at Christmas books, they might see, oh look, there's Joanna's book there, and it's all finished. So again, that might get me to finish books a little bit better. Did you say? Oh, Judy says, how do you like the Graphitint? I love the Graphitint. I love the Graphitint. Can't use them at the moment. Can't use anything at the moment. that's why by the end of the year I might have to get to digital. So I'll scan these in and do them digitally. In fact, I think I'll do that. I've got one or two left to finish. Not many though. I'm not sure. I think I've started. Oh wait a minute, there is the bunny. Oh no, the bunny page was leaving. I was leaving white. This one's graphy tint at the background, and then ink tint in the foreground. The graphy tint is just muted colours. The only complaint I have is there's no red and there's no yellow. That's the only thing I hate about them. There's some gorgeous blues and gorgeous greens, but we just need a few more yellows. This looks like it's pastel. These are watercolours, I think. And I put sparkles on this one, so it's all sparkly on the baubles. So again, it's not long before Christmas will come round. Excuse me, I just have to have a drink. And so I can think, oh right, I need to start working in this book again. And I think even if you didn't make videos, it's quite nice to have a little list of your books and how, oh, I haven't worked in that book for a long time, and you forget just how wonderful these books are. This was bought before September for my birthday, and I haven't touched it. I think I probably will have to scan this one in as well. I'm pretty sure I will. The Colin Thompson one, I haven't finished many pages in here either. So again, I've got a graphy tint one. Sorry, I've got an ink tense one that I cannot finish at the moment. So, you know, I have a choice to leave that or to colour it in with something else. And it's just when you're going through the list, and then at the beginning of here, where it says colour books, I'll have a list of my books. And you can think, you know, oh, I haven't worked in this book. Oh, I forgot about that book. And flick to the page and think, well, I bought Animorphia before I bought Imagimorphia, and I've only done I've only started 3 pages. So, and Charlie was last week. So I got Animorphia. Sorry, I got Imagimorphia and completely forgot all about Animorphia. Oh, thank you, Judy. But that's only because I make 5 videos a day. 4 to 5 videos a day. I make about 20 videos a week, I think. And that's why I need to record all the time. I need to record all day, every day. Excuse me. So what I thought I was going to do is to structure my planner so that I can structure my shows. As I say, some people might say, oh, I don't like Kirby Roseanne's, I'm not going to watch on a Tuesday, but Thursdays is going to be digital art. So if you think, oh yeah, brilliant, digital art, or you might think, oh well, absolutely not my thing, so I will not be going near Heather on a Thursday. Excuse me. So I need to get that little bit more structured. And I need to work in each book in rotation. You can't do that if you can't see what you've done and what you've got to do. So even though I don't work, I need to have a little bit of structure. It's not going to be set in stone that at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon I will be working in the Kirby Roseanne book and I will be doing the butterfly page. Because I can't work to that structure. I don't work. That's why I've not put a start and a completion date. I don't want that pressure. I just want to know that's what I've got and that's what I can work with. Because sometimes you might look at your Kirby Roseanne and go, I love that, but I do not want to work in it today. If I have a particular bad day with my hands, I might not want to work with pastels, I might want to work digitally. But I might want to work on the same page. So the one I'm working on at the moment is from Animorphia, which I had completely forgotten about. Oh, it's not from Animorphia, is it? Let me have a look. You see, I can't remember. This is going to show me exactly what I've got. It's the Tutankhamun and it's in Imagimorphia. So again, sometimes if you think of a page and you think, oh, I don't know where it is, you only have to look to find it, and that's better than flicking through pages. So it is actually in Imagimorphia, and it's one of the first ones, and I haven't coloured it. But I went away this weekend, and last weekend I took the pencils with me, and this weekend I took the my little laptop and my Yuji Digi tablet screen. And my phone's been rather slow. And I have it toned down at night time. So I finished my Bennett Klein girl, and I love the fact that you can get highlights and shadows. And I blow it up like this, and I work on it, and then when you tap it down, you've got your really pretty page, and you can get lovely highlights that you couldn't get because of the size. But it still took me a few hours. Just a minute, see if I can find another one. So we finished that one. Oh, so that's what it looks like. I brightened up the colours because they were very dark. This is the colours that I used. And then I wondered why it was very dark. And I also screenshotted this so that I can have a look at where things went. And I worked on my Yuji page. And I used, this is before it was lightened up, I think. I think I was using these colours, and now when I brightened it up, I realised that the screen could be brighter. So you have your colours at this side here. You have your little picture, which, because I zoom right in, so you have a picture of what's happening, so you can have a good idea of what's going on. And at this side you have all your tools, and you set all the tools to what you want. And this particular software is called Art Rage. Now this is the demo version, but I will probably buy this because I love it. It's very, very easy to use for colouring in. There are other more complicated ones that I'm learning for digital art, for my own art and to become an artist again. But this, so that I can work in oils and I can work in watercolours. But this is for colouring in, and I really, really love it. So there will be, on Thursday, I will be carrying on with this. Oh, thank you, Karen, thank you. So I really like working here, and again you can just, you zoom in, and then you can, I work with a marker at 1%. So it still takes me 5 or 6 hours to do a page. It's not a quick thing. It can be, you can work with a bigger thing and you can flick and tap and fill and do all sorts of things. But I work with 3 or 4 colours, and I also like to, up here, I tap 3 or 4 colours. So I got my shades here. So I've got my pales and my darks. So I have my mid-tone, and then I can drop down for shadows, blend, then put highlights and blend, and I do about 6 blends. And I haven't quite finished because the shadow is in a different place, because if this is the original and then this is mine, so I have moved the highlights slightly, and I've actually think I've started the Oh, I haven't got it on here. I've started the crook as well. So I've got a little bit further on than that, but I don't think I took the photograph. And that's propped up on my little, it sits just perfectly on my cushion tray. So it's easy to use, and you have a little pen, and that's your drawing section. That's your kind of that's what you draw with. And I love it because you have another little wheel here that you just twist and it moves your page. So remember what I was saying about always having your hand in a nice wrist comfortable position. Everything I do, I turn the page so that it's comfortable, but you still have a little tiny idea of what you're doing there. There's a pin overall picture of what you're doing. So instead of having to move your book all the time, I just push that little button and it moves everything around. But you'll see that on Thursday when I've done a couple of videos about it, but it is so much easier. And you basically just have a plastic pen, and it feels very much like a pencil on a page, just sliding a pencil on the page. It's not glass because you have a cover. So if you've got any questions, pop them in caps, please. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do today because, as I say, I did a silly thing yesterday. I made myself climb stairs, but they were very good stairs. They were about 3 inches high, and they were about a foot. What's a foot? 12 inches. They were about yes, they're about a foot wide, a foot deep rather. So I could climb one, move the stick, and climb another. And I was determined to get up the stairs to go to the little girl's room rather than pushing a wheelchair in front of everybody, because I got a bit embarrassed about that. But of course, all light on all today now. The ankles feel like somebody's pulling them off. So, but I did it. I can do it. It's just it causes me a lot of pain. So, which do you define if you do it or you don't do it? I can't think of anything else. So that's what I was doing. I'm just looking at the photographs. I thought I took a lot of photographs and I haven't. So you can scan them in and do them digitally. That's normally quite good. I think that was the finished one. Yeah, that was the finished one because I did the butterflies as well, and I did a blue background. And I spent about 2 hours doing a background. Didn't like it, so I pressed the back button and I took it all off, and then I pressed a fill button and made a blue background. So that was quite good. I have to say that was good. But I had spent a couple of hours on the background and then just did some clouds, and I really didn't like it. So I love that, and I can't wait to do it in pencil. I was looking at the colours thinking, oh, that'd be gorgeous in pastel colour. So again, I can put a note in here to say start Tutankhamun in Imagimorphia, because I need to work on one page in each book, if that makes sense. So I need to do another page for the Colin Thompson colouring in book, and I can actually say that I haven't finished this book because I haven't gone back. There's one or two little areas that need finishing off, so that can't be ticked. And yet I forgot about that because I always say that's my finished page, and it isn't. I worked a little bit more on this one in the pastels, But just at the moment I can only work with pastels. This one is actually finished, and this does not have one line on it except for where I wanted lines, and this is all done in Inktense. And I think there's about 2 or 3 videos on here. But that one's no, I tell a lie, that isn't Inktense. That one is Derwent watercolour pencils. I think the next one is Inktense. I think that's Derwent watercolours as well. But at the moment I cannot hold a pencil, so the pencils are out. The pastels are quite easy because you drag them across. You don't have to kind of be a bit precise. So I can drag the pastels and then I can manipulate them with the blender. So that's a little bit easy for me to use, but most of them will be digital, and I've just thought I might scan one of these in and see if I could do one of these digitally as well. I normally use blender pens. I like the blender pens. I've set it to that. In fact, the one thing I wish I'd done is scanned in the Harry Potter Hagrid page, just to compare how different they are. But I can do that with the Tutankhamun one, so that's quite good. This one might be quite nice to do with blendable pens digitally, with blendable markers. And this one, so I might actually do that. I might actually have to do a lot more digital, just until I've been to the specialist again. Sore point. Again. So has anybody got any questions? Has anybody got any questions? Got to try and sort out the YouTube as well, and make sure that the YouTube channel is linked to everything else, which it isn't at the moment. So I thought I would get that little bit more organised and have this kind of on the desk together with a view of roughly what I'm doing and where I am, so the girls know that I'll be streaming at these times and I'll be at the Abbey in the morning. So for the next couple of months I'll be at the Abbey on a Tuesday and a Friday, but it's a bit much for me. I thought I'd really want to do it, and it was kind of what I wanted to do, but I really cannot stand for more than a few minutes without having to sit down, and then telling somebody that I can't get the coffee pot with water because I can't carry it, can't get a tray of cups because I can't. So I can't walk into the kitchen and do anything, and it's awful having to say to them, "Oh, I can't do that. I can't put a coffee machine on. I can pour coffee because it kind of dangles and it's quite good, and I can use the geyser because it's a little tiny lever, and the funny thing is I can actually have a hot drink there, and I can't have one at home because we don't have a kettle. I can't lift the kettle at home, but I can use the little geyser. It's like it's a hot water geyser. I mean, I can't fill it obviously, but I can push it down for a little bit. So, but unfortunately it's not worth the pain the next day. It's not, and also I've said that I was going to stream on the Tuesdays and the Fridays when I come home, because Tuesday's normally my stream day, and I really cannot concentrate. I'm in so much pain, so it doesn't work for me. So when the lady comes back, I'm going to say to her, if you can get other people, I'll stay until you can get other people, but just at the moment it's too much for me. Especially I found out that this thumb is not actually going to get any better. So thanks for watching. That's my weekly to do, my filofax, my midori, and my baby pocket filofax. So thanks for watching.